Hello everyone, Flick here, and welcome to a bit of an odd one. We're going to unbox and have a look at Deadly Premonition, the board game. Now, I recently played through Deadly Premonition for the first time on my main gaming channel, over on Twitch first, and then ported it over to my gaming YouTube channel. It's a life-changing experience. Do I mean that in a good way or a bad way? The answer is yes. It is a terrible game, but it is a 10 out of 10 experience, and if you're a fan of Twin Peaks, it's the closest you'll ever get to playing a Twin Peaks video game. Simple as that. Anyway, back in 2017, I think it was, Rising Star Games, whose logo you can see there, they specialise in bringing over translated games from Japan and some indie games. Well, they mainly focus on indie games, etc. But in 2017, they ran a Kickstarter for a Deadly Premonition board game. I believe it shipped in 2018, and I had no idea about it because I only played Deadly Premonition for the first time this year. After hearing a lot about it, it's a very infamous game, not famous, infamous. So I don't know how hard it is to find a copy of this these days, but I managed to find a sealed, brand new, although I took the packaging off for this video already, deluxe edition version of the board game. So we're going to take a look at this today and experience Deadly Premonition, the board game, together. So let's start by getting the box lid off. So as it says on the front there, a game of innocence, incrimination and murder. It's for 2 to 4 players. Your goals are to protect your suspects while gathering evidence on your opponent's suspects, at least this is my understanding, for the record. And also one of you is secretly the Raincoat Killer, and you're trying to discover that as well. So we have what I believe is a playmat. Let me just see if I can open this without scissors, because I forgot to have them ready. I can indeed, so we can have a look at this. Oh, I see coffee. The coffee is very important. I don't know if you're familiar with Twin Peaks. Let me just move that to the side so we can get the good look at this. So it's a cloth playmat, it's not like a mouse mat one or anything. Okay. So this is the play area for 4 people. I think you still have to have a bit to the side for your own deck, because we'll get to that in a second. We also have Deadly Premonition, so sorry for being sniffly as well, I've got a cold. Deadly Premonition official soundtrack. The game has like 4 tracks. How many is on this? 25? That's ridiculous. Now apparently the game had 25 tracks, although when you play it you'll only really experience 3 over and over, but that's part of the charm. There's the track listing. I believe this was a deluxe edition exclusive. Miss Stiletto Heels. Oh, that's the song. The song. You'll know the one I mean. So then there's hopefully something that wasn't totally visible. Actually, I'll have reclaimed it before this goes live anyway, but the deluxe edition comes with a code for Deadly Premonition, the Director's Cut on Steam. I didn't play the Director's Cut, I played the Origins release on Switch. But that's another one. Then we have the rulebook itself. Surprisingly thick, actually. Oh, lots of languages. That's why, never mind. Yeah, okay, so presumed innocent, you've got leading suspects, you've got to try and find the killer before your opponents do, and then again one of you is also a secret killer yourself. Because you're allowed to solve murders while also being a murderer. That's what Dexter was. I'm talking about Dexter's Laboratory. I watched a very different version of it to most people. Yeah, there's the Raincoat Killer card there. Okay. So then we have the play pieces themselves. I'm not sure why there's so many when it's only for 1 to 4 people. I thought it was. Anyway, hang on. 30 to 45 minutes game time, 2 to 4 people. Yeah. Okay, there must be... Actually, you know what? It's split in half, isn't it? Yeah, that's where it is. Let's just get it. There we are. Yeah, okay. So it's in halves. And then you would turn it over. Oh no, I see. Okay, there we are. So if you're playing as 2 people, use this side, and I guess if you're using the other side, no, I'm not sure how you would do it with 4 people then, because there's only 2 full boards. Because you've got your presumed innocent, and you've got your presumed leading, well, presumed guilty / leading suspects. Also got some card tokens, fairly typical for a board game, or card game. Lockdown tokens, which I believe mean like you're protecting people, and witness protection tokens. Police evidence do not eat. Good advice. So we also have a very neat looking, gigantic D6. Good grief. Fist, blade, number 6 or 9, 5, 5, the red tree, of course, very important, 4. So is the fist a 1 then? No, the fist is a 2. Okay. And then the 1 will be the red tree, presumably? Yeah, it is. Okay. That's a very, very large D6. Good grief. So what do we have here? These are suspect cards, I believe. And of course the first one we see is Forrest Casing. FK in the coffee. I'll just open these real quick so we can have a look at them. Oh dear, I apologise, having a cold is awful. So these are all characters from the game that you'll be familiar with if you played it for yourself or watched me play it. Pretty much every single person, huh? Raging Bull, of course, yep. Didn't meet her. The Insomniac, he's a zombie. Alright, so it doesn't have any of the main cast because I presume you're playing as them. So says Mr. Stewart. So then we'll have, these could be our character, no, these are, actually yeah, these could be our character cards. If so, there's a lot of them though. Take a look at these. Nice back to them. Avoid detection until the death count reaches the target. Ah, so these are your role cards, yeah, so you're either an agent trying to solve, or you're the killer who's trying to remain hidden. Agent, guide cards, that's rules. Oh, and yep, okay, so that's just like quick reference rules, 4 of them presumably, yep. And then you have identity cards. Francis York Morgan, Emily Wyatt, George Woodman, Thomas McLean. I have no idea who Imogen Humphrey is. Slaughter, roll the die twice, so these are like event cards. Oh, based on the weather, yes. So if it starts raining, bad stuff happens. Shadow attack, thick fog, bad handling. Oh, there's Francis York Morgan's trademark sort of grin. Crisp spring morning. I like that they've kept the weird verbiage that the game had. And then finally, what are these? These are red tree cards. Let's see what these are. I know one of these cards specifically, and I really want to find it. So we're going to look for it now. You already know what one it is, if you're familiar. So these are like event cards, things happen. Oh, these are like suspect things, yeah. The murder could not have been committed with bare hands alone. So then you have Arnold and Sylvester, who you would know from the game. Now, where is the one that I really want? Where is it? It's here somewhere. I know it exists because I saw it when I went to look at the Kickstarter page originally. Phone a friend, police presence, red seeds, of course. There it is. There's actually multiple of them. Multiple FKs in the coffee. That's very important. Borrowing without permission. Check the weather. FK in the coffee. Absolutely wonderful. So whether or not this is like a fun playable game, I'm not... objection. Overruled. I am not sure, but perspective change? It's kind of a spoiler, that, honestly. Toilet break? Your eyes only? Oh, good grief. Who knows? It's just that Deadly Premonition is a wonderful video game. Whether it makes a good tabletop board game, who knows? But this is actually quite an impressive setup for... It was a pretty cheap Kickstarter as well. I think to get a copy of the standard edition of the game was only like $20 at release. Or at the Kickstarter campaign. Again, it might be hard to find an unopened copy. I struggled a little bit. There is opened copies available on like eBay and stuff, but it's hard to track down. Anyway, it's a look at Deadly Premonition, the board game. Never ever forget FK in the coffee. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in your future. Ta-ta for now.